Hi. Today I want to talk to you a little bit about the ALCHEMIST adjuvant treatment trial, which I think is the most important trial going on in the United States right now, trying to bring personalized therapy to the adjuvant treatment for early-stage non-small cell lung cancer patients. The ALCHEMIST trial, of course, refers to alchemy, which was the medieval practice of trying to spin lead into gold. What we're trying to do today is take patients' cancers and maybe not turn them into gold, but try to turn them into the keys to individualize their treatment and perhaps make it better than what we currently have. So before we talk about the ALCHEMIST trial itself, let me give you a little background about adjuvant treatment for non-small cell lung cancer. We know that many patients who have early stage, potentially curable cancer will still recur and eventually die from their lung cancer. And in the 90s, the most effective treatment we had for patients with incurable lung cancer was chemotherapy. So someone came up with the idea, why don't we give our most effective treatment at the time, chemotherapy, to patients with curable lung cancer, and maybe we can cure more of them. Sure enough, multiple trials then went on to show that we could improve cure rates modestly by giving people chemotherapy after surgery. Well, bring us now into 2015. We still give adjuvant chemotherapy to everyone with certain high-risk early-stage lung cancers, but we now are entering the field of personalized therapy, where patients with incurable lung cancer are being tested for genetic mutations, such as epidermal growth factor receptor mutations, or ALK gene fusions. So all patients are tested for these because we know that we have treatments against the EGFR mutation or the ALK gene fusion that are more effective than chemotherapy in patients with incurable lung cancer. So why not take what we feel are our most effective therapies in the incurable setting now and bring them back to the setting where we might be able to cure more people? And that's the idea behind the ALCHEMIST trial. The ALCHEMIST trial is actually not one trial, it's 3 trials that are really seamlessly fused together. The first trial is a screening trial. So they are screening 8,000 patients all over the United States who have stage 1B with tumors greater than 4 centimeters, stage 2 or stage 3 lung cancer, who are going through surgery to have them completely removed and hopefully cure them of their cancer. And then they can go through the same adjuvant chemotherapy that they would appropriately get if they weren't part of the trial. Those tumors are being screened for the presence of an EGFR mutation, which we know is in 10 to 15% of patients, or an ALK gene fusion, which we know is in about 5% of patients. And if they have one of those 2 genetic alterations, they're eligible to enter one of the 2 other parts of the ALCHEMIST trial. If they have an EGFR mutation, they are randomly assigned, so there's a coin flip made, and they either take 2 years of a therapy against the EGFR mutation, something called erlotinib, or they take a placebo pill, because of course we don't know if this is going to be any better than standard therapy, and the only way to know that is to see how people who get the treatment do compared to people who don't get the treatment. At the end, they want to see, are there fewer recurrences, and do people ultimately live longer with the 2 years of adjuvant treatment personalized against the EGFR mutation. The other trial is for the ALK gene fusion. So very similar design. Patients are randomly assigned to either 2 years of an ALK inhibitor called crizotinib or 2 years of a placebo pill. And they'll see in the end where fewer people recur and ultimately live longer with that treatment. I think this is incredibly important to have our doctors and our patients aware of this trial, because we're never going to know if our treatments are any better if we don't get people on these trials so that they can answer this important question. I really think that this is the next frontier in personalized therapy, is moving beyond just trying to prolong the survival of people who we know we unfortunately can't cure today, and try to bring it to the setting where hopefully we can improve rates of actual cures of cancer.